Good evening, Mpuma Kapa viewers and supporters of Amaqhawe Ethu. Today, we are here again into your homes where you sit at your comfort, where you enjoy the day. Today, Amaqhawe Ethu are back again to celebrate, commemorate, recognize all those unsung and unmentioned heroes of this struggle, liberation heritage of ours. As we all know, that June month is declared as a youth month, and June 16 is declared as a public holiday in South Africa. And for youth, it is an opportunity to reflect back and see what happened during those days. Kwakusenzeka ntoni ngo-1976 ukuza nganeno. Siniphathele ke abantu bento, abantu abayaziyo into, abantu ababekhona ngelo xesha emzabalazweni, besilwa, beyintsha, bengabantwana, kodwa babuncama ubutsha babo ngenxa yedabi lomzabalazo. Igama lam ndinguYongamela Manene, namhlanje ndihamba noZola Mtatsi, owayeyinkokheli yabafundi, inkokheli yolutsha ngexesha kwangemandanga. Butzola, masikwamkele enkqubeni apha phakathi kwethu. Siyakwamkela ezamaqhawe ethu, sivuya nolubana uthe wavuma ukuba mawuze uzoncokola nathi. Khawazise ababukeli okubana qabaqaba ngubani uZola Mtatsi.
Ndiyakwamkela, ndiyabulela YK. Ndibulise emakhaya nakwindawo ngendawo enibukeleni kuzo le nkqubo siphethisene ngayo singamaqhawe ethu kwakunye neMpuma Kapa. Mna ke lo ulapha ndinguZola Mtatsi, endithe ke ndamenywa into yoba ngaba nam ndizokusherisha ngamava nangeenkumbulo zam kule nyanga yolutsha. It's a very touchy situation when we are called upon to recall what we went through as the youth of those days, collectively and as individuals. It is not an easy thing to share those moments. During the time of 76, when the youth of this country decided to stand up and say no to the attempts by the regime to force, amongst other things, Afrikaans as the medium of instruction in our schools. When already we were battling with the gutter education, the Bantu education that was meant to engender apartheid policies and to make us to be his servants and accept the status quo that we were inferior. It is a known history that when Uferfoot came up with Bantu education, they said black men must be taught to know that equality with the white man is not for them. And the point was to instill in ourselves as black people generally and Africans in particular to accept the status of being at the lowest of Ilada in terms of the structure of South Africa. But during 1976, we said no. We said we're going to resist the attempt to make us more slaves in this situation. And as led by students from Gauteng, Soweto in particular, led by Abot Sietsi and others, they took to streets. But the response of the enemy at that time was to answer with ihipo, ispamu, udubula, ukwenza yonke lento. But the youth of the day was committed to defying everything that was coming from the enemy, which was meant to enforce slavery to us. And from Soweto, we know it spread throughout the country. We were not saved here in Port Elizabeth, in Eastern Cape. We also participated to say, let us be part of this struggle against this data education. Besides that, we said we're not going to isolate that struggle of education from the broader struggle that was meant to liberate our people, to set our people free, to liberate our country, and to be part of the broader international community. And there were meetings that took place around PE, planning to get into the streets. Sizibonakalise, sizibandakanye nathi neli dabi lenkululeko. We were led by students akwaZakhele who took to streets to say, yes, we are part of this, and we are going not to turn back, we'll participate. And we went on. And if we remember very well, during this time, most of us, and generally, we were having the influence of the Black consciousness movement, followed after our Steve Biko, the Azapos, and so on and so on. There was that broad acceptance of the Black consciousness as the guidance. And when the enemy responded by burning the structures in 1977, there was a lull. Just like it was the case after the burning of the organization in the 60s, there was a lie. And the enemy had a wrong impression that they have crushed the resistance of the people. But as early 70s and so on, with the Azapo, with the Steve Biko and all other people leading and giving clearance and liberating us psychologically. Because that was the aim of the Black consciousness, to make people not, to be liberated first, not to be slaves and accept that status of slavery. It gave us that zeal to say, yes, we are human beings like all other human beings. We are black and we are proud.
Sure.
We are not going to accept the fact that we are taking status of ngabantu besithathu. Kube ngumlungu, kube liColored, kube India, as Africans, and that helped us. And as time went by, after this wrongly perceived lie, urhulumente welo xesha yokubana ngaba sicinezelekile siyamkele lento, we came back again when every organization, the Azapos and all structures that were the business structures and the newspapers and everything were banned. We reorganized. And we saw the emergence of the unions that were not sweetheart unions. We saw the emergence of civic structures. We saw the emergence of student organization, particularly amongst those structures that came into being after 77 unbanning was the COSAS. The process that was led by Abu Pili Masetla and others to establish student organization throughout the country, a student organization that was going to give direction to the youth of the day. And during that time, on the 1st of June, students gathered in Hammanskraal, Wegespreid, to establish the student organization that was known by COSAS. As COSAS. And that organization came up with a document that some of the people had forgotten about it. That was gathering dust in those houses where it was. And we took it to the fore, to the front, the document that is known as the Freedom Charter. That was laying a clear plan and carrying the aspirations of our people. Otherwise, it's also well known that COSAS was the initiative of the African National Congress. That is why it wanted to take to the fore the Freedom Charter as the guidance of our struggle. And in 1979, that organization was formed. And during that time, we had lots and lots of youth that had left the country. Since 76, the youth of our country decided that they are going to sacrifice the comfort of their homes. They are going to sacrifice the comfort that they enjoyed from their mothers and fathers to go to unknown lands, to unknown countries. And as they left the country, they had a determination that we are going to talk and use the language that the enemy was using. Sizohamba nathi siyothatha isibhamu, sizohamba nathi siyotrade, baphelile abantu ekhaya. And that thing happened. As they left the country and crossed the borders of the country, the city, siyobashiya bazele ekhaya. So hamba siye kumazwe ngamazwe. Lapho kukho umama notata sibashiya ekhaya siyahamba siyaphambili. And it was not an easy decision. It was not an easy decision to take because the youth of that time did not just come to those decisions. People were forced because there was no other way to stand against the enemy, the force that was used by the enemy. Many people died. We had funerals. Abantu by 16, 14, every weekend throughout the country. And the ranks of the African National Congress, Umkhonto weSizwe, which is the People's Army, the ranks of the BCMA outside, the ranks of the Pan-Africanist Congress, they grew, they became more structures. And the youth was ready to join those organizations to take up the arms against the enemy. And even in those unknown countries, they had to deal with the hardships of exile. And the determination was to go out, train, and come back. And our struggle was not only about Tata Isbam or KSilwe. We had the four prongs of the strategy and tactics, where we had to isolate the enemy, where we had the underground structures, where we had to use guns, and we had to mobilize, mass mobilization. And all those prongs of the struggle, they combined together. And that led to the enemy, to the isolation of the enemy, because it was a question during it was an enemy of, it was a question of army of the volunteers.
Okay.
And the army of conscripted soldiers. Abantu babanjwe ngesixhanti, bethathwa bisadafu bamabambi botrain, beshiya inyembezi emakhaya abantwana bebelungu. Besiya ngokunyanzeleka bama bayona ecaleni ngapha lulutsha lwabantu abamnyama kule mibutho yemikhosi ndiyibalileyo bavolontile bazinikezela. And in terms of mobilization of international support, great work was done by Abu Oliver Tambo to sell our struggle and make it acceptable to Ihlabathi international community. Hence, apartheid at the end of the day was declared as a United Nations as a crime against humanity.
Yes, yes, yes.
And our struggle was accepted by the international community as a just struggle. And we could only equate apartheid to Nazism and Zionism. That also is regarded as a crime against humanity. The struggle that is being waged by the Palestinians, where Israel is occupied Lamhlaba, basalwa namhlanje balwa the same struggle that we were fighting against the Pretoria regime.
Nantso ke le youth nanko ke umuntu omtsha wango-76 ethetha bendimnika ithuba loba azazisa. Nimvile ke uTyatyadula wahamba wangena nakwindima esihamba ngayo esize ngayo ke namhlanje. Uyalanda, uyabonakalisa. Into endiyipika payo kule ncoko yakho ba umtatsi into yokubana it was not only the black youth that was feeling the pinch. Conscription was also making the white youth to suffer on the other side. The general youth of South Africa was also suffering because they were separated. Abantwana babengakwazi udlala kunye ndawoninye. Abantwana babengakwazi ukwenza ubuntwana babo ngenxa yokwahlulwa kwebala labo. Ndifuna ke ukusiqalele nje emfutshane ke indaba. Okokuqala, apha eBhayi okanye eGqeberha, June 16 significance. Was there any student eyabulawayo? Because most of the time you'll hear that Hector Peterson died in Soweto. Any youth? Okwesibini, what is the significant day okanye event so that when our generations to come see this, can relate as to ewe iGqeberha, ewe kwaNobuhle, ewe kwaLanga zenzekile izigigaba ezithinazo zibonakalise ingcinezelo ingabi ngathi bebengacinezelekanga. Ikhona into ayikhumbulayo mhlambi uthi qaba kancinci kuba sisaya ebreakini.
Yeah, you know, YK, eBhayi zininzi students ezabulawa ulutsha olwabulawayo, whether they were at school or not at school. Sizawukhumbula aboLungile Thabalaza who were killed here. So khumbula comrade abafana uLungile Thabalaza kunye namanye amaqabane amaninzi YK were around here. As I said, besingcwaba ngezinye ii-weekends iibhokisi zibe sibhozo zibe lishumi libe ishumi lambini singcwaba, and mainly those people were youth that were killed those days. And kule nto yokuthi not only white people, black people were oppressed. Kukho comrade abafana no-Jeanette Cherry,
Sure.
Comrade Mike Evans, comrade Glenn Hussein, and many other comrades who were part of this struggle. One of the things eyasincedisa to isolate the enemy and to demoralize the white youth was the formation of the End Conscription Campaign.
Okay.
Eyayilidwa ngabacomrade endwabaleleyo. That said to youth emhlophe ukuthi let us refuse to go and serve the in the SANDF. Particularly siswa kumazwe ngaphandle siyolwa siyofela for into esingayaziyo. And they chose, because once we refused the conscription, we in 6 months we saw many of the white youth refuser, city and the up, mobilized under the End Conscription Campaign, of which Jeanette were part to it. So that's another thing ebalulekileyo. So khumbula into yoba later on kube nemasakhe ebikhona naseTinarha kadutyulwa abantu abaninzi, of which bilulutsha uninzi lwabo bantu abo. So khumbula ke nalapha eBhayi babe baninzi abantu ababulawayo as part of ulutsha. Balahlekile oSiphiwe Mthimkhulu, who were part of leadership student, were part of iCOSAS ngela xesha. Babulewe oSipho Hashe, babulewe oGodolozi, ingabantu bebekwi civic structures elo xesha. Babulewe namaqabane abaninzi ebebekwi trade unions ebezikhona ngelo xesha, because it was a united effort by all formations, whether bezikutsha, bezilulutsha okanye bekwi unions okanye bebephina. So we played a very important role as student. Tinarha besino comrade oBrimali, besino comrade oWongankala, besino comrade oDumba Nxasana, bese abacomrade abayidlalileyo indima nalapho. And that's what I can mention, YK. We played a very important role. Even during the detentions, the state of emergencies, ango 85, 86, many of abantu ababevalelwe kezo state of emergencies were youth that was central in the movement and in the pushing of his struggle towards liberation.
Ngiyazivela ke babukeli otsho ke ucomrade Zola Mtatsi uzawumane sithi YK ndim lo ndinguyongameli ikhaya lethu ningabhudi xa nimane siva esithi YK uthetha nam ngqo akakho omnye umuntu okhoyo apha estudio. Nizivele eyibala ke le mbali yomntana ontsundu apha kulo mhlaba waseBhayi eGqeberha uyoma kwanobuhle eTinarha kwaLanga njalo njalo. Uyayichaza ke indima yabo. Masikhe siphumleni sihambeni siye esivenkileni siyosela amanzi sibuye ke sizova ke kubana uZola Mtatsi kuyo yonke le nquliqhu kuyo yonke le ntshukumo, where was he, what role was he playing, what was he doing? We are hosting uZola Mtatsi, a former youth leader during the era where it was unfashionable to be a leader in politics. He was a youth leader, student leader, and he grew and became provincial, regional. He is sharing with us his role played during the 1976, 1980, 1984 boycotts or time of resistance by youth. He is here with us today in studio. Before we went on break, we asked him, where was he in all this? What was he doing? He's going to be sharing with you again about those activities. What was he doing in that? Kwakhona, welcome back, Botzola. Please share with our viewers, supporters of Amaqhawe Ethu, the actual activities that Zola Mtatsi was finding himself in this. Was he running away? Was he hiding away? Was he in the front? Was he throwing stones? What were you doing? Share with the viewers in your personal capacity.
Okay, thanks once again. I was a student at KwaZakhele. I was born and bred here in PYK, and my lower education, fundo zami ezincinci ngisenzele eBhongweni, eLungelo, naKwaZakhele School. That's where I got more involved, directly involved when I was at KwaZakhele High School. When I...
Essex?
Essex, yes, that's okay. How it's known. Yeah, KwaZakhele. Usex ke goes Sex Secondary School.
Yes.
Not the SEX. Yeah. Well, when I was at KwaZakhele High School, playing my role, particularly 79 onwards, that's when I came to positions of leadership. I joined COSAS. In fact, I was part of the formation of COSAS before it was launched there. And I was elected as part of the leadership at KwaZakhele School, and I went on to be elected in P. I was playing a leading role during the 1980 schools boycott. Fast forwarding. I was part of the meetings that were planning that boycott, developing demands to say, okay, our demands will be put in this order. Top will be this one, that one, that one, that one, and so on. And we rejected, as I'm saying, education, and we fought for the formation of democratic SRCs. We declared that we wanted no involvement of police in our schools. We kept them away, wanted to keep them away, and we chose as the terrain of our struggle as COSAS, and in 80 specifically, is iyadi zesikolo as our chosen terrain. That asizohamba siyohlala ezilokishini, sizavuka qho kusasa ngela xesha longena kwentsimbi yesikolo singene emabaleni sihabulisane si-organize. We formed particularly for the purpose of boycott lena, we had to establish PESCO, which was to coordinate those boycotts ngelo xesha. And because we wanted to protect COSAS, because it was at a formative stages that time. We say we say delicate, and we wanted to protect it. Once we're coordinating through PESCO, we're also organizing and encouraging students to join COSAS.
Now, people don't know what PESCO is. You've explained what sex means. Can you explain what PESCO means?
Port Elizabeth Student Council,
Thank you.
which was made of representatives from all schools.
Okay.
It exists side inside and side by side COSAS, but the COSAS was meant to be for long-term purposes. Then PESCO was to coordinate activities during the school boycotts, during the xesha boycott.
Where is Zola Mtadzi?
I was a representative in PESCO, representing KwaZakhele High School student in PESCO. We were together with the likes of about Duma Lamani, Abo Mkhuseli Jack, Abo Tango Lamani, Abo Mzuli Sijasi, and many others. Like the students from UTNET were part of it, or Ababen Babiza, Kunyano Wongangala, were part of COSAS during those days. We were not spared from curiosity, a security police work here, because right when we took leadership, the enemy took notice of us and immediately they ran after us. We got in and out of detentions. Sidetainiwe, sibethiwe, ingakumbi kula Sanlam building, especially kula Sanlam building, where about George Potter, about Steve Biko, about Lungile Tabalaza, and many others, babulawele khona. And besiyazi kona na kona la Sanlam, because every time kusenzeka into amapolisa were running after us. And we started also to get involved in underground activities as students, and we were working closely with the African National Congress at the time. I remember in 1981, when the enemy planned to celebrate the 20th anniversary of a republic, because after Mapula declared inkululeko yawo from Britain in 1961, in 1981, yengunyaka we-20 bezimele bezikhuphile phansi kolawulo lwamaNgesi. So i-ANC declared that asizoyeka la mabhula celebrate 20 years kamnandi siphansi kwale ngcinezelo. So there was an anti-republic campaign. Sisithi siza kuphazamisana nabo abazigonwapha. Politically inside the country, in terms of mass mobilization, and also there was a campaign by Umkhonto weSizwe soldiers apho bekubethwe indawo ezininzi ngala 1980 kuze amabhulu angayicelebrate la 1980.
Wow.
So i-role yethu as COSAS was to move forward, mobilize abantu, azikhwelwa, akuyiwa, akuphathwa umsebenzi, together with the unions ebezikhona ngelo xesha kunye nama-civic organization. But as COSAS, we were leading that process. And we had a conference that was in Cape Town, where we decided as COSAS that the sinalama student masini badala bangasafundiyo ke ngoku, were not in the schools, and they could not channel their energies in the struggle.
Can I pause you there? Students that are not in the school. Can you help us explain?
Because, yeah, you know, besinamalungu public COSAS accommodator engezizwe students.
Okay.
We gave them lento ke kuswa abanye ba city associate status.
All right.
That they could be part of COSAS, but babe limited amalungelo abo within COSAS. Then we felt that was not enough. Hence we took the decision of forming youth structures. That decision was taken in Cape Town, and we said, ababantu iyasithethisa lento yoba sikhokhe sibe sibe nabantu abangazo-student
Ongqovu, nonongqovu.
yeah. So we formed that. And when we took that decision as EPE, because besi-affected, isichaphazela ke kakhulu leyo into yoba noma wawo abangotata who were not students, ongcobonguna babengekho esikolweni, but they were playing a role in guiding us because they were more experienced in driving lezi zinto. Then we formed that youth structure, IPECO, and ya national masendo yaba ikusabane seco, South African Youth Congress, and we moved forward to accommodate again ngokunye nababantu. In 1980, myself and Vusi Matikinca were assigned by COSAS to go to Johannesburg because ngalonyaka sithabatha ngayo i-strike boycotts thina ngo-8 iqale e-Western Cape. Ngo-76 iqale eGauteng, iqale e-Western Cape. Then it was followed by us. Then zajoyina ke ngoku nezinye provinces. But if you remember very well, eGauteng yayingeyo part yaloo nto. Zange bazijoyine iintshukumo zika-1980.
Yes.
Now, myself and Vusumuzi Matikinca was part of a collective leadership yethu. We were assigned to go to Gauteng. Sihambe siyozama ukuvuselela nokukhuthaza into yoba khanibeke inxalenye yethu because siyayazi uba if le nto yethu yashukuba iGauteng ayishukumi ayizubantle, ayizubamnandi, ayizudeliver the punch, the blow esifuna uyideliver. We went there novusi, we met various leaders zezikolo zaseGauteng trying to encourage them to say, guys, it cannot be that you are standing sidelines when the whole country iphakamile senses into. We want you to be part of it. I must confess that we're not that successful in doing that because comrades from Gauteng felt ukuthi no, during 76 and so on, they bayiqwayile country, benza yonke lento, and they were not keen to join us. They said, it's your turn, guys, to do it. We will but they promised that they were going to consider. They considered until school boycott saphela salifta. They never joined us. So I can say we were never that successful in that regard. We wanted Gauteng, Soweto in particular, to be part of the 1980s Nchukumo. But
In a gathering that I attended recently, your name, I think, is mentioned in a quest or a daring act of going and collecting incwadi security police. Can you share with the viewers what actually happened? Because it's a very interesting story, but Pulapuli, it needs to be shared on this platform so that we understand what type of weight you were dealing with.
Yes, what happened, YK, there was a raid by security police. We had Rev Mafongosi,
Yes.
who's now a member of AZAPO, or later on who joined AZAPO as our secretary. I was the chairperson at the time.
Yes.
Tango Lamani was my deputy chairperson, and other collective like Abomzoli Sabovanji and so on. They were part of that leader. But Ovanji had left the country by that time. Now, zithathiwe izinto kumrefu. Zothathwa zovalelwe eSanlam incwadi zethu. And there we had to seek legal advice around this, and onganunu no official lasicabisa ke. Safumana siba no, we are a legal organization and no one has got the right to kuthatha property yethu. Masisifumaneni into zethu back. We took a decision kwi-meeting esasibambile executive that let us go to Sanlam. Not ngokusisiwa ngabo or lobs no vote. Masiziyeleni sihambe siyonkqonkqoza kula Sanlam siyongena siyodemand izinto zethu. Now the meeting took it in 80. Zola is the chairperson, Tangulamani is the deputy chairperson, Rev Mafongosi, Ambani manothatha izinto zethu phayana eSanlam.
How did you feel?
You know, YK, it was not easy because good detention being a week before, kuyiwe kokhatya amaqambe ekhaya zange ndifumaneke mna. Urev wayifumanekile kathatha nencwadi nabanye. Now, bendiyazi uba ndiyafunwa ngamapolisa. I felt ukuthi hey abacomrade bayangithengisa na okanye benza ntoni bandiyiSanlam ngoku bendiyofunwa kuqala. But because as disciplined members of the organization, when an order or a decision is taken and given to you, we had to go and implement that decision. So we did go there. And lamabhulu, othuka xa singena phasi konqozo bucofa inansi kapha esalama ezantsi kuphendule kuthethwe ngubani Thomas. They could not believe that sitting there xa singena phaa Du Plessis that no, we're here to demand a property organization.
Come again?
We are here to demand a property organization yethu. We're elected organization here. We've got the right to exist in this country. Hey, aqunga baqunga sasiphethene nencwadana ke sasinikelwe ngoNkanunu. Ayixazula lama bayifunda bayishwabanisa bayibeka pha. Bareza into around that time. Bareza into kaSiphiwe Mthimkhulu because kusandulahleka uSiphiwe Mthimkhulu ngelaa xesha sasisenza le nto. Ndiyabona ke babefaka i-fillers or i-thing thinking yethu around le disappearance kaSiphiwe. Sahlala sabaphendula ohlobo baphendule ngalo that abekho abanye abantu esibarhanelayo kule nto lehleka kwaSiphiwe ngaphandle kwenu. Because uSiphiwe bengenazintshaba, abantu bebezintshaba zikaSiphiwe nini. They tried ke bona ukuthi ezinye izinto hayi yakhumbula uSiphiwe wayeluyile nomnye wenu ngenye imini yakhumbula baka. They tried to do that, but we stood our ground to say we suspect it ukuthi nini, and one day izawuproveka loo nto uba kunjalo. Sabuya ke no-property basinika ultimately izinto besizifuna. So it was a victory in a way because we managed to get what we wanted to get from them. Basinika ke ezincwadi sahamba kanti kwezincwadi zabo kunencwadi esingayaziyo yayifuna ntoni ene-information yabo, i-hardcover ethokwayo book yayicoded le, and we could not decode it. We could not understand izinto ezazilapha. We took a decision now, not with the executive, only the three of us, myself, Rev Mafongozi and Tango, to say, guys, let us take this book. Iphume iye ngaphandle iye kwi-ANC. I-ANC inomanage udecoder noku-understanda. Ewe kunamagama abantu namagama emibutho apha kule nto, but indlela ezibhalwe ngakhona sazi. And we said, okay, Tengo, take it, Tango. Make it a point ba ndoda ngokukhawuleza iyaduplicate le ncwadi and ihamba because sasiyababa ngadiscover ishba le ncwadi ihambe kunye nathi okanye kwenzeke into. Then that assignment was given to Tango. Ukuthi uThango ayithini ke masiyekeni apho, but ke we managed to ba sihambe satsho futhi sathi thina sobathathu akukho omnye umuntu esokuza kuyithetha kuye le nto. But eyaphinda amabhulu emva kwenzuku ezimbalwa aphinda asifumana iNew Bride. Amabhulu afuna incwadi yabo.
Oh.
Sithi hey hayi xa kugujululwa apha kule ndlu sibanja kuye ufumaneke le ncwadi. Hey le ncwadi ibizathini? Sithi hayi besizodlala imeeting apha. Besiza kudiscussa ngale ncwadi ba iya njani na eSanlam. Because besinganozambia thina siphinde siSanlam funeka sithunywe icollective
mandate.
Sathi kubonisa iphazamisile nina qha uzosibamba. Besizawuhlala le meeting sixoxe kukhutshwe abantu babayizise kuni besiza kuyibuyisela kuni ke le ncwadi. That's iloo nto leyo, you know, we were death defiant during those days when I came. Besingoyiki into. Ulahleka kwaSiphiwe nolahlekwa kwabanye, we knew ukuthi ngomso inganguwe YK okanye the question that we used to ask every now and then, who's next? We never for a moment wanted to kubuya soyike emzabalazweni. We said, comrade, that struggle must continue. NguSiphiwe ngokunodopsi uzaba khona omnye olandelayo nakanini, but struggle must continue because lot of youth aswelekile abantu esasikhokhela nabo, Livingstone Tlokwana nabanye abantu babanjiwe, and nathi we expected nothing from the struggle YK. We never believed ukuthi ANC, iCOSAS, iMakhusa or anything owes us something. We knew thina ukuthi sifanelekile ba sibe ready to lay down our lives for the sake of inkululeko yabantu bakuthi. Thanks.
Opotsola Mtatsi, for those that did not hear, he shared, is a child of Gqeberha. He grew up KwaZakhele, attended KwaZakhele High School. For the first time I learned SEK means sex, not the other way around. We thank them for that. He shared lots of stuff about their bravery, about activities that happened. Now we're giving him an opportunity to just share or advise or talk to the youth as to how did they do it, how can the current youth do it. Butsola, welcome again. As a chairperson, then there was no data, there was no technology. You were doing everything by yourselves with your energy. What can you advise the youth, in particular in leadership of your organizations, in many aspects of society? I did not hear you talking about parties. You were talking only about fighting. I did not hear you talking about festivities. I only heard you talking about detention and torture. This is our your last shot. Can you just give the youth some word of wisdom? Thank you.
Yeah, you know, to the youth of today, I'll just say we need to believe in ourselves as abantu abacinezelweyo in the past. And the abantu today abanoxanduva to build inkululeko and to reinforce speed senguquko yalapha eSouth Africa. And the youth have got to be part of it and be at the service of abantu. You must see yourselves as agents of a change. Participate in community affairs. Participate in governance structures where they are. And through these formations that are in existence in our community, participate in them. And don't ask yourself what the government has to do for you, but ask yourself what is it that you do for your betterment of the country. How can you best serve our communities? We need youth as much as it was needed during the days of a struggle. We need the youth to be part of reconstruction and development. Reconstruction and development in terms of ingqondo, development and restructuring of the economy and all aspects of our communities. Let us say no to drugs. Let us say no to women abuse. Let us say no to child abuse. Let us say no to anything that is antisocial. Let us rather use our energy to advance the transformation of our country, both in higher institutions of learning at primary schools. Let us be positive in whatever we do. Let us not encourage or allow ourselves to be used as drug peddlers in schools. Because we've got today in the ebuhlungu where abantwana besikolo bethunywa zi-drug lords babathengise okanye benza available i-drugs ezikolweni zethu. Siba nabantwana namhlanje bangena ezikolweni bephethe igani. Siba nabantwana bangena esikolweni bephethe imela namazembe kwezibhegi zabo. We've got a youth that is part of the gangsters in our townships. Kunzima kulala abantu ezindlini zabo. There's no peace. And in the Freedom Charter, we promise that there will be peace and security for our communities. Let us try and guard i-government yethu kwakunye nee-parties zethu. Siyeke lento yokunyoluka nokufaka izandla zethu engxoweni zabantu sizi-enrishe sibawele ukuba hey ligintsa lihamba nge-BMW zange lisebenze so i-education izandenzela ntoni if uBrabani angaqhuba i-Mercedes Benz okanye angaqhuba i-BM without education. Kunale youth namhlanje isibiza as i-YOLO generation, you only live once. but rather give your life ube ready, ube rich because awuzuba nayo inye chance. Sibizi YOLO generation, you only live once. Now kunaloo nto ebantwaneni uzive nezintwana xa zincokola nabantwana, hayi ndoda, imali quick. Let us forget about those things. Let us be constructive, because kwake kukho lento youth ne bathi if ungena kwi-crime ufumana wenza ubutyebi, kufanelekile qha ukhawuleze uyeke ungathathi chance, but ayikho lo chance yofuna ukuyeka. Be ready to give your life in the service of i-community zethu, not give your life for ubani quick catch. And nakwi-political leaders zethu man, makuyekwe lento ye-corruption, makuyekwe ukutyiwa imali zabantu ngurhulumente nangemibutho le izimeleyo, abo-AZAP, abo-ANC, abo-PAC, abo-DA, yonke le mibutho makuyekwe urhitshilizwa, makuncediswaneni nabantu bethu so that we can have a meaningful nkululeko. And we've got this happening throughout these structures. ANC, without exception, is part of this corruption. Sinamasela maninzi apha ku-ANC, sinawamasela kwi-DA, sinawamasela kwi-PAC. So let us call upon our leaders to lead with the force of example. Thank you.
Utshilo, okay, it's a mouthful. Youth, the ball is in your court. The 1976, 1980 youth has passed it on your side. It's up to you what you do with it. Develop, build, grow yourselves internally, and be very, very productive in whatever you do. He mentions school kids that are drug peddlers. He mentions youth that is corrupt. He mentions organizations that are peddling corruption. The main focus of them was to liberate the country. I think the call is for the current youth to grow the country. The call is for the current youth to build the country, because they've tried to liberate it in the ways that have liberated it. But now, the call is for building of this beautiful land of ours, and stop dumping, stop Nyawope, stop GBV, stop abuse of vandalism that is destroying the historical places that we have built, that we recognize. We say thank you very much for the support you always give this program. We thank Mpuma Kapa TV for always hosting us so that we may share our liberation heritage. It is for us. It is our own liberation. Yongamela Manene, on behalf of Amakawa A2 and Mpuma Kapa TV, thank you very much. Good night.